Okay, so that nasty little rodent up in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania said we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. How dare he? Well, if we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter, I sure as heck am going to have 6 more weeks of crocheting. So today I want to talk a little bit about some of my crochet projects and take you on a little trip to a couple of Joann stores. I am just beyond thrilled that my little video I posted a couple of days ago has kind of sort of taken off with like, I think it's got like 300 and some views, and I've got 36 new subscribers, and I cannot believe that. So I thank you all, everyone who subscribed to the channel to help me grow this new channel, and I am so excited. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Today I am in my little crafty area of my house. This is kind of where I keep my craft stuff. I'm in the process of trying to get this all rearranged, so it's a little bit of a mess. So today I wanted to talk to you about some of the projects that I'm going to be working on and some of the things that I have finished for the January. So the first thing is that I decided to give myself a challenge this year. One of the goals I set for myself for this year was to finish 12 different crochet projects every month. So I wanted to do a new pattern every month, and I challenged myself to do that. So for January, I challenged myself to do slippers because I was so cold, and I only have one slipper with me. Let me go get the other one. Okay, I found the other slipper. My feet are always cold in the winter, so I thought I would crochet some slippers. I had a pair of slippers, crocheted slippers, when I was a kid. My great aunt gave them to me for a Christmas present one year, and I remember them. I still remember them. That was like probably the late 70s, maybe early 80s, and I still remember them fondly. So I tried to find a pattern. The pattern I found is a fold over. So you just basically crochet a large not triangle, rectangle, and then you fold, you pucker in the toe, and then you fold it over. You're supposed to also put a button on it, and I think it goes on the side with the flap. So I found these purple buttons at Hobby Lobby that I thought might go well with these, but I kind of like them without. But the other problem is, this is with chunky yarn. This is with the impeccable, I think it was called Charisma. I don't know. It's the chunky yarn from Michaels. And even though I followed the pattern the way you were supposed to do it, and I measured my feet, I don't know if my gauge was off on it, but they're a little too big for my feet. So I'm trying to figure out like a way to make them smaller. Like I was thinking of kind of tucking in the heel a little bit and kind of doing that, kind of a pinch it. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with these. I might wash them and see if they shrink up a little bit. I got to weave in the end on that. But that was my project for January, and I finished it. I've got another skein of yarn. I'm going to make smaller ones make it without chunky yarn. I'm going to do it with worsted weight yarn, and hopefully that'll come out better. So that's why I'm saving my purple buttons, because it is also purple. The yarn is also purple. But that was my January pattern that I wanted to do, and that was slippers. So it leads me to February. So originally for February, I thought I would do the Yogi the Yeti from Hooks and Healers. I love her stuff. I love her patterns. That was originally going to be my idea to do. I had I want to do a small one, and then I had purchased this, I think it's this blue, yeah, it's this blue right here, some yarn from Hobby, which was my first time ever buying anything from Hobby, and I didn't, because she had recommended that type of yarn from Hobby for this pattern, and I was going to do the Yeti. I also wanted to make a smaller one for my bookmobile where I work, because I have a Yeti. It says "Let's get Yeti to read." That's my poster bulletin board this for winter, and I really wanted to make a little Yeti. And I found the yarn at Dollar Tree, and I was going to try it out. So that was initially my February plan. And then something happened. Something happened. This is what happened. I applied to be a pattern tester for Hooks and Healers on her newest project, which is called Craig the Cave Dweller. Isn't he adorable? So now I have to get this finished before February 9th to test it for her. And so I figure he's going to be obviously he's going to be my pattern for February, but I still am going to do that Yeti because I had plans for him. So anyway, I got this. And because I was going to do this, I needed to go buy yarn. And guess what? I have to go to Joann's, right? To find yarn. She recommends on this, for this pattern, a type of fur yarn. It's called Nicey. It's Niceeec. Nicey, I guess is how you say it. Fur yarn. And unfortunately, you can only buy it online. She also recommends Premier Parfait Chunky, super bulky. And they don't sell that around here anywhere near I live. And so I was going to order, because I had to order the fur yarn on Amazon. So I went to order it, and I went to order the corresponding color that I wanted for this little guy. And it wasn't going to be shipped to me until like the middle of February. So that means I have to go out and find yarn. So I'm going to go to Joann's and Michael's and maybe Hobby Lobby to see if I can find yarn. Here, since I'm in the area picking up dog food, and I want to see, because I need to get some plushy yarn for my little critter that I'm working on. But this Joann's does not have, I don't think it has as much yarn as the one near me. So I'm going to run in here and see. And if not, I'm going to have to go to the other one. They don't have as much yarn. This is not my normal Joann's, so they don't have what I'm looking for. Yeah. This is not my normal Joann's, so they don't have. Right, so I'm at the Joann's I normally shop at, and I'm going to see if they have the plush yarn that I'm looking for this little critter that I'm making, and see if they have anything else interesting inside. Yeah, they have way more yarn here. Way more yarn here. But it doesn't look like they have the color that I want. So I may have to get. Okay, so the yarn didn't go as well as I wanted it to. As you could see at Joann's, I ended up getting this. I was hoping the second store was going to have more, because that store typically has more yarn. I just didn't realize that in the Joann's brand, the big twist is what I was looking for. They weren't going to have the purple I wanted, and I wanted my little guy to be purple. I need a flame purple people eater. He's not a flame purple people eater. So because of that little bit of a snafu, I decided that I was going to head on over to Hobby Lobby. Someone in the testing group had mentioned buying the fur at Hobby Lobby, and unfortunately they didn't have any purple fur, but they did have this really nice, it's called Wolf. And I was torn between Wolf and Husky. Husky was a little blacker. I think the Wolf had a little bit, no, one of them was more brown and one of them was more black. I think the Wolf was more black. So I ended up getting that. And then I thought that this Velvet Smooth Purple would go really, really well together with this. But I want to see what my nicey fur looks like to decide if I want to use this or the Bernat blanket fur as my corresponding things. The other project that I completed in January that was a new pattern, but I didn't list it because I really technically started this in December, was the Balaclava. I still can't say that name right. I finished it. I need to weave in one section here. But the thing I'm having problem with right now is you're supposed to, in your cord, you're supposed to fish this through here. And I tried it with a yarn hook, but I can't get the, it's getting snagged on something in here. So I got to go find a large safety pin to fish that through. And then once I have that, it'll be done. But it's really, I'm quite happy with it. It just, I needed to finish this at the beginning of January when it was bitterly cold. Now it's warm. But according to the groundhog today, he said we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. So the rodent needs to be talked to. So this is how it goes. And then when you get the cord in, you can obviously pull it tighter around you, and I'm thinking that would be nicer. But that's that. And you have this, which on me it doesn't. I think I saw on the model or the woman who did this, it seemed like this came down more on her. So I don't know if it's just. And I did this with bulky weight. She did hers with worsted, and I couldn't get my with worsted the size on that. The pattern was very easy to follow, but she didn't have gauge on it. And I have learned in the past a couple months since I've been making more wearables that gauge is important, and I don't always have the right gauge that so I sometimes tend to have to go hook up because I tend to be tighter with my crochet. So all right, so the package, the nicey yarn is supposed to be here today, so let's go to the mailbox and see if it's here. Yarn. Yay. Yarn. All right, here it is. It does not feel like much yarn is in this, I can tell you that. Yeah, wow, that is small. Annie is her name, the lady from Hooks and Healers. She did say if you do this one, you're going to need 2 of these, and they are sold in 2 skeins. So she said, she warned us that if we went with this yarn, it was going to be small. It is very small. It's only 35 yards. So you definitely need 2 of these. Now, the question is, for this little guy, which is going to be a better fit? So this was my original, because this is sight unseen. I had never seen the fur before. I was just basically going off the color that it was on Amazon. I was hoping it was going to be more of a dark purple, but this was the dark purple. The dark purple seemed lighter than this one, so it's either going to be that or that? I think these two go together much better. This one here has 62 yards. So this is probably, if you were going to make this, the better, this would be probably the better, because this was like 650. So these are these were like $6 too, but they're like half the size of this. So, but I wanted to use this because this is what she recommended on the pattern. And since we were pattern testing, but, that was the only reason I went with that. So I think these two would go together much better, and then go with the obnoxious bright purple and this one together. So I think I'm going to work him up with this for the test pattern, and then I may make a second one with that yarn. So yeah, that's what I'm going to work on. So hopefully I'll get Yogi the Yeti up too, and Craig. I'll share him with you. I'll share them both with you. So for February, like I said, the original idea was to complete Yogi the Yeti, but Craig's going to be my thing, and then I'm still going to go ahead and do Yogi. Well, I appreciate you stopping by again today, and I will be sure to show you what Craig turns out to look like in my version. And I may end up doing the Hobby Lobby fur too, because I purchased it to do it. I think they'll be cute. I think they'll both be adorable. And so thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you can see what Craig ends up looking like. Thank you. I'll see you next time.